flowers. I just love flowers, don't you? Hi, boys and girls, and welcome to today's Artrageous Art lesson, where we get to learn about how to observe nature using the first two elements of art, lines and shape, to create a masterpiece called a still life. This is a famous still life by a really awesome artist named Vincent van Gogh, and you can see it's a picture of sunflowers. Today, we're going to be making a picture of our own, a drawing and a painting of this type of flower called a Forsythia flower. And we're going to be using the first element of art called lines. Now, lines are everywhere, and everywhere you look, you can see different kinds of lines. In art, we want to learn the names of those lines. So, in your artwork, the first thing that we're going to draw, we're going to get a white piece of paper, and we're going to turn it tall ways. This is called portrait, because it's nice and long and tall. The first thing we do with our pencil on the back is we always write our name and our code. So if you're in Miss Eberhardt's class, your code is EK. And we always put that code, K is for kindergarten, on the back. Now, on the front, we're going to put our pencil at the bottom of the paper, and we're going to be drawing a nice, tall line. Lines can be tall or short. We're going to do a really long line, and it's going to be wavy, just like the stem of this flower. So, everyone's going to put their pencil at the bottom of the page, and we're going to draw a nice wavy line that goes all the way to the top of the page. So these aren't straight, these are wavy. Now we're going to move our pencil over a little bit more, and we're going to do another tall wavy line that goes all the way to the top. Now we're going to overlap another line. So we're going to draw one more line and put it in the middle, and it's going to see if you can go over the first line. These are the part of the plant called the stem. We also have petals and leaves. And when you're drawing something and making it look real, it's important to observe, and that means to look at what you're drawing. So we want to look at our Forsythia flower and see what lines and shapes we can find. Now, the stems are usually green, but sometimes they look kind of brown, so we can use those when we start coloring them in. But the next element of art we're going to use is called shape, and we're going to be drawing a shape called a circle. And I want you to add 3 circles on each of those wavy vertical lines. Lines that go up and down are called vertical. So now that I have 3 circles, that is called a geometric shape because we learn about those in math. Now we're going to draw 3 organic shapes. An organic shape is a shape that comes from nature. So the organic shape we're drawing is a petal, and it looks kind of like that. 3 little curved lines that are kind of pointy, and we want to draw those petals on each circle. So each circle is going to have 3 petals. Now, once we draw those 3 petals, then we're ready to draw the leaves. And the leaves are a bigger organic shape, and you can add 1 leaf on each of the lines. Now we're ready to add color. And today we're going to be using something that are like crayons, but even better. They're called oil pastels. You can use a brown or a green oil pastel, but we're going to color the stem first. So I'm going over top of that wavy line, and I'm coloring in the stem nice and dark. And then I'm going to get the next color, which is orange. And I'm going to color the middle of the flowers, the circles, orange. And then finally, I need yellow, because the petals of the flowers are all yellow. I can also add some leaves that are green. But when you're coloring, you want to color in nice and dark. You want to color neat. We always want to be creative, neat, colorful, and complete. Once I finish coloring those and the leaves, then I can color the leaves. And I can add some green to the stem if I want. Now, once I'm finished coloring in the leaves, then I'm ready for the next step, which is to paint. Now, whenever I'm painting an art, I need a placemat or a newspaper. I lay that down first, I put my paper on top, and I need a medium-sized paintbrush, and this is liquid watercolor paint. Now, watercolor paint has mostly water. Oil pastels are made out of oil, so oil and water won't mix. You can paint right over top of everything in your drawing. So I'm just taking my paintbrush, and I'm painting all of the negative space. That's the space around my flowers with this turquoise blue for the sky. So you can see, even though I'm painting over top, this is watercolor paint, you can still see my beautiful designs. So you want to fill in all the space on your paper. Space is one of the elements of art. And then we need to carefully put our picture on the drying rack, and we can help put away our supplies and clean up our table. So, I hope you had fun learning how to make your own Forsythia flower painting. Looks like I ran out of paint. I need to get some more. So you raise your hand and you can ask Miss Wardley, and you can finish filling in all that white space. So good luck and have fun making our first lines and shapes.
It depends. His daddy kind of tough cookie? Because it could depend, like, because you actually raised your other two.
Yeah.
It's always